So you've picked up the 90R pistol for some reason, whether it be just because it's the new light weapon or you're just bored with all of the other light weapons and are just wanting something new. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you guys the best way to run the 93R in the finals season 2. Now, if you've committed to this weapon, you are braver than most, because for a brand new weapon that has just been released into the game, it's a little bit underwhelming. Normally, when something new comes to an FPS game, it's the best weapon out for at least a few weeks, until it gets a slight nerf to bring it back into balance. Unfortunately, that isn't the case with this one, it's the exact opposite. If anything, the 93R needs a slight buff to bring it into contention with the other light weapons that are popular, like the XP54. The fact that this is a burst weapon really does slow things down, and if you're going up against another light with an auto weapon, for example, you're going to struggle unless you have pinpoint accuracy. However, we're not here to talk about how bad the 93R is, we're here to talk about how to make it better and build our loadout around it. It's going to give us the best chance to do the best with it. Starting off with the specialization, I think all specializations on the light class have their place, but the cloaking device definitely stands above the rest. Now, I know you guys aren't surprised with that. I do feel like they should nerf the cloaking device at some point, as I see almost every light class exclusively using this. Nobody else really has it equipped other than, a couple of people that I see using the dash, and I very rarely see people using the grapple. I actually prefer the evasive dash myself, but the cloaking device is too powerful not to use. Also, in saying this, the new map that has just released on the game Cis Horizon, there is almost zero visibility for the pesky light players that are running the cloaking device because of how vibrantly blinding all of the colors on the map are. If you're in one of the red colored rooms on the new map, you may as well just admit defeat against the light because you're not going to be able to see them coming. You might hear them, but you're not going to see them. Moving on though, onto our first gadget that's going to help us with the 93R pistol, and that is going to be the stun gun, which some of you are going to give me hate for because I know how much you guys get irritated by it when someone's using the stun. I get it, it frustrates me too, but until they nerf it, it's just too powerful not to use. If you want to make this below average weapon viable, then you need to be running the stun gun with it. My advice to you would be not to waste it on the opposing light class players and save it for the mediums and the heavies, because that's where you're going to need it the most, or worst case scenario if you're needing to stop a cash out from being stolen. Now, not only the stun gun is super useful for freezing your enemies in place, it also pairs perfectly with the second gadget I'm going to get you guys to run. The second gadget that I run is the pyro grenade. Since the nerf to the recent gas grenades, I have switched to pyro and I'm using stun and pyro nade on tougher enemies like mediums and heavies. Before I start shooting, I just give myself the extra tick damage from the pyro grenade and a better advantage to winning that gunfight. Now, previously I barely had to use the pyro nade and I didn't actually get too much of a chance to use it. It is super versatile for clearing gas, destroying goo, damaging enemies, and even protecting the cash out if you need to. If you haven't been using the pyro nade, definitely give it a go and come back to me with how you think it went. Now, thirdly, I have been running the new ability for the light class, which is the gateway ability. The gateway has helped me a lot running this build because due to the fact that you're running cloaking device and not something with any movement, you're pretty limited in that sense. The gateway allows me to quickly get behind enemies, duck into cover, and also get across the map faster. It can be used in so many different ways, and once you truly master it, it can make for some incredible plays as well. Now, before I wrap up the video and leave you guys with the gameplay, it is worth noting that the 93R becomes 10 times better when you land headshots, as it does have a significant headshot multiplier. It felt like I was 2 bursting lights and 3 bursting mediums when hitting headshots, so if you feel like your aim is up to it, it'll definitely benefit you for playing with headshots rather than being safe for body shots. Also, on top of this, the hip fire at close range can also help you to strafe really quickly, making it extremely hard for your enemies to hit you, so that use that to your advantage as well, because the harder you are to hit, the more likely you are to win the gunfight. But with that said, I'm going to leave you guys with the rest of the gameplay. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.